Hi everyone, this is Kalyan Kumar this side and welcome to Chemistry Universe. This is the second part of carboxylic acids. In the first one, we did the introduction and some common names of carboxylic acids. Now we start doing the preparation. And the fun part about organic chemistry, as I said in the previous video of aldehyde and ketones, is as you keep going forward, you would have realized that almost all the reactions we've already done before, because the preparation of one becomes the property of the other. The property of one becomes the preparation of the other. So you will find that when I talk about this particular video, which is part 2 and preparation of carboxylic acids, we'll list out all the preparation, even though there are a lot of them. But the only reason we're able to list all of them is because we have done almost all of them before. So I'll mention where we had discussed those. So whenever you need to have a look at that, go back, see that, and if the mechanism is there, you can have a look at the mechanism also. But here I'm not going to list out all the mechanisms again. I'm not going to list out the details. I'm just going to mention what these are. So what these preparation methods are. So let's get the ball rolling. All right, so part 2, preparation of carboxylic acids. First, let's start with the oxidation of alkyl benzenes. Now we have done this. We've done this in electrophilic aromatic substitution, where I said any hydrocarbon part attached to a benzene ring can be converted into a carboxylic acid with oxidation with alkaline KMnO4 and then eventually acidifying it. You will get this. But remember, the benzylic carbon should not be a 4-degree carbon. It should not be a quaternary carbon. It must have at least one H. If it is sp3 hybridized. If it is sp2 hybridized, not an issue. The second, of course, is by oxidation of alkenes. We have done this in alkenes, where it came alkaline KMnO4, then acidifying it. The reason I'm acidifying it is because if you simply use alkaline KMnO4, you will get a carboxylate ion. Then you can even do this with dichromate. Of course, with KMnO4, you can even use acidified KMnO4. You can do oxidative ozonolysis. And of course, we will like to keep them symmetrical so that you get only one kind of an acid, not two different acids. Similarly, we have oxidation of alkynes using the same type of reagents. And we use this or this or this. Remember, these are or. You either use alkaline KMnO4 or you use acidified dichromate or you do oxidative ozonolysis, you will get this. We've also done oxidation of primary alcohols, if you remember. So we had primary alcohol and we said if you use potassium permanganate or dichromate, first it will convert to aldehyde, but it won't stop at aldehyde unless and until you do some kind of a special distillation. Then it will continue to go on to give you an acid. Since the acidic conditions, we are making an acid directly. We have done oxidation of aldehydes, haven't we? We've done so many methods. Oxidation of aldehydes. You go and check out in aldehydes. We did KMnO4 oxidation, dichromate oxidation, Tollens reagent, Fehling's reagent, Benedict's reagent, Barfoot's reagent. We did all of them and we got carboxylic acid. Right? All right. So we've also done oxidation of diketones. We've done this in alcohols by HiO4, periodic acid. If you remember, I told you that if you have something like this, a vicinal diketone or a diol or a ketol, the HiO4 will break this bond and add one OH to each carbon. So that's exactly what happens here when you break this bond and add one OH to each. And if it is a symmetrical diketone, you will get this. It has to be 1,2 diketone, okay? It cannot be any other diketone. It has to be 1,2. They should be vicinal to each other. We have done this in organometallic. The next one, this is carboxylation of Grignard's reagent. You have Grignard's reagent with CO2. The R- is the nucleophile, attacks the electrophilic carbon. Pi bond shifts to O and you get this. And then you do the acidifying this. And if you acidify this, the O- will get the H and the MgBr will get the OH. And you will get carboxylic acid. We have done acid derivatives. You can do hydrolysis of all the acid derivatives to get carboxylic acid. You can take acid chloride, hydrolysis, acidic medium, acid. You take anhydride, it is also a derivative of an acid. And we'll do these in the acid derivatives. Hydrolysis, you get again carboxylic acid. You have ester, hydrolysis, carboxylic acid. You have amide, hydrolysis, you get carboxylic acid and ammonium ion. Cyanides are also not exactly derivatives of acid, they're derivatives of amide. So if you remove H2O from an amide, you'll get a cyanide. So even cyanides get hydrolyzed to give you carboxylic acid and ammonium ion. We have done their mechanisms before. You can do decarboxylation of malonic acid. We have done this also. When we did ring ketones, just go and check that video. So remember I told you CH2N. I don't know whether you remember this or not. We did CH2N and dicarboxylic acid. And I told you that this one, on heating, can give you a variety of compounds. You can get an anhydride, cyclic anhydride. You can get a cyclic ketone. You can get, an acid. You can even get, an alkane. Of course, depending on the N value. So N minus 2 CH3, you can get even an alkane. So basically what happens is that you can get different ones. Of course, it all depends on the value of N. Now, this is what you get if N is 1. So that one COH goes, because the other COH will act as a beta keto. One carboxylic acid will act as a beta keto for the other one. And you know that on heating, a beta keto system will easily decarboxylate to give you CO2 and water. So that's what this is about. Malonic acid is the one which has one CH2 in between, and then you get release of water and you get this. You can do oxidation of methyl ketones. Remember haloform reaction? So we have done that in a lot of detail. We have seen what are the kind of compounds that give haloform reaction. And one of the common ones are the methyl ketones. Acetaldehyde, all of them give haloform. And what is the other product of haloform? You get a carboxylate ion. So we are doing a preparation of carboxylic acid. So that could also be a preparation of carboxylic acid. All right. So you have carboxylic acid, you have methyl ketone. I do chloroform reaction and I get carboxylate and this. And then you can acidify the carboxylate if you want. We have done the Kolb-Schmidt reaction. Remember phenols? We treated with CO2 NaOH and then acidified it. You got salicylic acid. Of course, you'll also get the para, but if you use KOH, you get the para. NaOH, you get the major as the ortho. We did Rimmer-Timmer reaction in phenols with CCl4. If you use CHCl3, you will get salicylaldehyde. If you use CCl4 in NaOH, we get again salicylic acid. And of course, recently we saw Cannizzaro reaction. You take any aldehyde without alpha H, NaOH concentrated, one molecule will get oxidized to carboxylate ion, the other will get reduced. And you can also understand trihalides can be hydrolyzed. A carbon having 3 Cls. So each will be substituted with an OH if you treat it with NaOH. And 2 OH will become double bond O, 1 OH will remain, and you'll get carboxylic acid. And in the presence of base, it becomes a carboxylate ion. Make sure that you do that. And then we also recently talked about benzylic acid rearrangement. So this is benzyl with hydroxide, you get benzylic acid, and ultimately it's a carboxylic acid. We have done Perkin reaction, if you remember, where we took an aromatic aldehyde with an anhydride with alpha H, symmetrical. Then we took a carboxylate ion and we got alpha beta unsaturated acid. So we had done all of this, and that completes the preparation of carboxylic acids. So as I said, most of the reactions we have already done. So please go out and check out each of them. If you don't remember them, you must remember them, of course. But if you can't at this particular time, go back and forth, and which you will have to do multiple times when you do organic chemistry. It's not possible to remember all of them all the time. But yeah, we should remember most of them all the time. Not most of the time, most of them all the time. So with that, this is Karan signing off. I'll see you in the next video. And till then, goodbye. Have a nice day. And thank you for watching this.